Alright guys, we're running out of ideas for what we can do for season themes. Quick, Jimmy, go. Well, if we really wanted to, we can create a new theme and explore some themes that really haven't been discovered before in Fortnite, like Egyptian mythology, or even a theme that dives deeper into the storyline so we can expand our universe and make it feel way more connected than it actually is. Are you dumb? That would require effort. Tim, what are we supposed to do? Huh? I mean, you could do just Chapter 2, Season 2 again. This guy's a genius, give him a raise. I want to start off this video by saying that I'm enjoying this season. I am having fun. But there are a lot of aspects about this season that I do not like, and I'm gonna get into those. Be sure to like and subscribe. If we hit 25k by the end of 2025, I'll get a low taper fade. Also, use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop. We're trying to get that bag. Also, I'm using a new mic in this video, so if my voice or the audio sounds a little bit off, that's why. Yeah, that's enough promotion. Let's go. So for starters, I want to say some good things. I really like the map in terms of layout. I think the POIs are pretty well designed, and I really like fighting in them. I also really like the way that you're breaking into vaults now. I think it's a lot more fresh and exciting than the times we've gotten it in the past. I mean, for starters, you actually breaking into a vault instead of just killing a boss and getting a key card for the 10 billionth time is a nice change of pace from the past 10 seasons that we've had this theme. Also, really like how the medallion boss isn't just restricted to one POI, it's just a bunch of different POIs instead. It just makes it so there's not 10,000 people landing at the same POI. Also, really like how they kept some of the Japanese mythology in the game instead of just completely eradicating it from existence. Shogun X still spawns later in game. There's still some Japanese POIs like Demon's Dojo. Even though I think every season should be unique and there shouldn't be too many aspects that are ported over between seasons, I think this is really good. Also, I really like the gunplay this season. I think it's pretty good. For the most part, there's not really a whole lot of guns that annoy me. The new Gold Rush mechanic is pretty cool. I could eventually see it being broken, but as of right now, it's not super bad. Also, my new favorite POI that they added is probably Crime City. This is a really good POI. I'm surprised that they decided to add 2 city POIs on the map at the same time, but I'm not complaining. This really sets itself different from the other POIs because once you go inside, you see the rain falling down, you see a bunch of flashing lights. It's also just pretty fun to fight in. Now, unfortunately, that's really where a lot of my praise for the season ends. Normally, when a season first launches, I try to look at the optimistic, and from the beginning, I usually love the seasons that launch, and it's probably just because of that new season hype, where it's just like, hell yeah, a new season, woohoo! But like when this season launched, I'm just getting the sort of feeling I would get in the middle of the season when there's not really a lot of content dropping. It just doesn't really feel like a new season. And I think the main reason because of that is just because we've done this theme 10 times over before. Obviously, it's a little bit different this time because you're fighting crime, you know, it's more of a GTA sort of Vice City kind of thing, but still, the gameplay and the sort of theme boils down to be the same thing. There's 2 factions, they're at war, you try to break in and steal their loot, and there's also like this little other faction and like all this other stuff, and it's just, we've done this before. I played these games before! It just feels redundant. I don't feel that new season sort of feeling that I get because it's not really a new season when this theme has been milked dry. Moving on, some of the guns in this loot pool are extremely overpowered and broken. I know I was just talking about how I like the gunplay, and I do, but there's a couple guns and items in this loot pool where it's just like, ugh. The collateral damage assault rifle is absolutely broken and not in a good way. This thing absolutely shreds, and if you get your hands on that mythic one, you basically won the game. And the mythic one isn't that hard to get. You can easily just go into one of the vaults, get a dill coin, and then go to the black market to easily get it. It's not that hard to get that mythic, and it makes it insanely broken. I'm perfectly fine with broken guns being in the loot pool, but they need to be hard to get and give you a reason for why you got those guns. You beat a really hard boss, or you did an insane sort of challenge in order to get it. But this one, the vaults are not that hard to break into, especially since the bots that you fight are not that hard to beat, unless you get third-partied or you have to fight the boss with the medallion, which also isn't even that hard. Like, you might have a little bit of trouble trying to break into these vaults, but these are still extremely easy to break into, and not hard to get those kind of mythics. Sticky grenade launcher. Why did we unvault this? Why did we unvault this? I thought everyone absolutely hated this thing. Is it fun to use? Yes. Is it fun to just spam this thing? Yes, but that doesn't make it a balanced gun. Next is the bat. Oh god, the bat. Oh, I'm sorry, the kneecapper. The kneecapper is a stupidly broken item. I hate it. It's just the Typhoon Blade reskinned and repurposed in some sort of way. You know, I really thought Epic would learn their lesson with just spammy click items that have no sort of skill required whatsoever, but I guess not. I will admit this thing takes slightly more skill because you have to charge it up and then somewhat aim in someone's direction, so it does require a little bit more skill than the Typhoon Blade, and it does have a little bit more like leeway with how you can dodge it and stuff, but it's still broken. I don't know, I just hate these overpowered melee items. Like an overpowered gun, okay, I can kind of deal with that, but these melee items are low-key getting out of control. This thing is crazy for mobility and offense. There should be a balance between the two. You should either have it great for mobility and just for combat, or just for mobility and great for combat. But when you have a weapon be both, it makes a weapon that should not belong in the loot pool because it's basically a requirement that you have it in your inventory. I don't know. Overall, first impressions, like a 7 out of 10. After all this complaining, you would think that I hate the season, but I don't. I'm having a lot of fun on it. I like the POIs and stuff, but I don't really know how to explain why I don't really like this season that much. I don't really know how to explain it, but this feels like a Chapter 5 season, and that's not a good thing. I don't really know. Something about the way the POIs look, the way the guns look, the way the gameplay feels, it just all feels like a Chapter 5 season, and I don't want that chapter to be brought back into existence. They also got rid of the purple biome, which is very sad. I liked that biome a lot. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the season, because I know a lot of people like it, so I want to hear your guys' reasoning because of it. But for me personally, I kind of think this season is a little underwhelming. Again, this is just first impressions. It can obviously become a great season later down the line, but so far, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.